What's up, everybody? Ron Harris here. Ron Harris here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So things just wrapped up over in Milan, Italy at the Flex Weekend Pro. Behrouz Tabani, who narrowly lost out last weekend in Alicante, Spain at the Empro Classic to William Bonac, got his win today, got his qualification to Mr. Olympia, did so by beating a very good Nathan DeAsha. Let's take a look at that. So here was the call out with those guys at the judging a couple hours ago. Very evenly matched. Different strong points, different weak points for sure. Nathan obviously has the higher lats, which kind of hurts him in some poses. Tremendous arms, shoulders. He's just a specimen. He's got, I think, 11 or 12 pro wins. This guy, Nathan DeAsha, he's pretty damn great. He pushed Behrouz hard, but Behrouz, he held that same condition that he had from last weekend, which was phenomenal. You'll see it when they turn around here. Nathan not out of shape by any means, working with the amazing boss of outlaws, Stefan Kinzel. Behrouz Tabani working with the mind, Milos Sarshev as his coach. So condition, yeah, we give that to him, to Behrouz. The lat spread, I think I'll give him the lat spread. As we go pose for pose, try to give you my opinion there. I kind of like Nathan's quads a little bit better, but again, it's apples and oranges. Two very, very different looks here. Tremendous width across the shoulders for Behrouz. Nathan has huge shoulders himself. Behrouz has a little more clavicle width, which gives you that extra wow factor. Nathan, very, very confident, as he should have been. He's won a lot of shows. He's won 11 or 12. And the guy looks phenomenal. You can see there. Always had great arms, Nathan. He's torn both biceps in the past couple of years. So for him to come back from that, got to give the guy a ton of credit. To tear one bicep and come back, but to tear both, good on you, mate, as you guys say. Yeah, condition really pulled through here for him. Let's take a look at the initial call-out, because it wasn't a two-man show, guys. The top five was Behrouz Tabani, Nathan DeAsha. Third place, Emir Omaragic from Germany. Fourth place, Anthony Gell, who we saw last weekend making his pro debut at the Empro Classic. And fifth place, another guy from Germany, Justin Musoil. I believe that's Justin on the left. I think next to him, that is Anthony. Then we have Nathan, Behrouz, Amir, and I am not sure who that is on the right. If you guys want to clue me in the comments, I will certainly take that info from you. But this was a pretty decent lineup, guys. I mean, these European shows, there's like one every weekend. We have another one next weekend in Portugal. I was mistaken about the Italy show. Apparently, Hunter Labrada is doing the Italy show later. There's another pro show in Italy a couple months from now. That was Nick Strength and Power. I got the footage. Yeah, they're having that show next weekend in Portugal. The Mr. Big Evolution. And then the shows are in Canada, Vancouver Pro, the weekend after that, Chicago, and then Dubai. Let's take a look at, let's bring up some comparison shots and get your comments, feedback, all that good stuff. So these are Jonathan Moreau shots. Tremendous photographer he is. A well-deserved win. Behrouz deserved to beat Bonac too. Yeah, a lot of people felt that way. Clear as day, in my opinion. Happy for Behrouz. Depending on how Nexzilla is currently looking, well, we're not talking about him. He's a big, big guy with a ton of muscle. That's pretty much all I have to say. I've never seen him in person. Let's take a look at some more of these. Jonathan Moreau comparison shots. Nathan and Behrouz in the front double. Yeah, Nathan's arms came back. Yeah, I don't even know if the high lats hurt him. In poses like this, he reminds me of Dennis Wolf, who also had high lats. Behrouz looked phenomenal, though. You cannot take a thing away from the guy. This shot here, I don't know. I might give this one to Nathan. I don't know what the scores were, but I'm sure it was very, very close. Yeah, look at that. They both look phenomenal today. Very evenly matched competitors. Behrouz did not blow this guy out of the water, Nathan. It was not a shutout. It was close. They both have a great back double there. Interesting. Both great rear lat. I don't know, man. I guess I'd give that one to Behrouz, but this one, I might give the rear double to Nathan. Probably would. And the ab and thigh. Yeah, Nathan's got better quads. Behrouz still needs a little more quad development, a little more sweep to the quads. Nathan's got him in the quads. They actually look pretty evenly matched there, don't they? Interesting. So, interesting. Let's go to some more video. There's a great shot. I use that for thumbnail. It's Jonathan Moreau. Follow him, guys. It's Moriau, Moreau, Jonathan Moreau photo. Excellent photographer. He does not only stills, but videos. There were your top 5. Yeah, so that's Anthony Gell, Nathan, Behrouz, Emir Maragic, the youngster, and Justin. What's his name? Justin Musil. Not really sure how to pronounce that, so my apologies. Oh, that's hot. These are pinned photos. Going back a little ways. That was your bikini winner. We just saw those. That was a call out. Great shot of Behrouz in the front double there. Nathan in the front double. Interesting. Like I said, two very different physiques. Yeah, I am going to give Nathan the quads. He's got much fuller quads. I see it now. More of a V-taper here with Behrouz in the front double because Nathan's lats are so high, they don't really pop from the front very much. They look better from the back, but he does have this long waist. It's a long torso, I should say. Yeah, you know what? I can see this bicep seems to have come back better from the tear. The one that's on the left here, his right bicep, than the right one. I think the right one is slightly damaged. Sure who this was. I'm not sure who that was, so my apologies, guys. That's Emir Maragic, Germany. Yeah. That's Gell. That's Anthony Gell. I know what he looks like. And that's Justin. So I'm not sure who these guys are. Additional guys in the top 10. Oh, I know him. That's Samir Trudy. I know Samir. Okay. Various divisions winner. Oh, Lori Lee. Looks like her. I don't think it is Lori Lee. Different ones. Let's go to some routines. I know Bodybuilders Without Borders. They had the routines posted for a couple of these guys. Let's start with, if I can find Behrouz's routine. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here's Behrouz posing. We know he's not the greatest poser. That is something he needs to work on. And I think hearing enough criticism, I'm sure he's hearing it from people that your posing needs to improve. I could see he's already putting a little more thought into it than he was before. So that's a good start. He just needs to get with a really good posing coach. Because, you know, I said this last time. It's not practice makes perfect is something you hear all the time. But if you don't have someone showing you what to improve on, if you're practicing the wrong thing over and over again, you're not going to get any better. Like, you could put me down with a guitar and I'd practice every day, but without any music lessons or anything, I'd never learn how to play that guitar. I would just keep twanging away on it and making horrible sounds. 21, I got emotional. Nathan really surprised me with the size. I thought he was going to be smaller than Behrouz. He looked big, even compared to. Yeah, Nathan's not a small guy. Not at all. He's not a small guy. Let's check your microphone. There's repeat echo, which makes it impossible to hear you. It's the same microphone I use all the time. I don't know why it would be echoing. I just did a video yesterday. Tell you what, I'll unplug it and plug it back in. Mute. Okay, I unplugged it and plugged it back in. I hope that fixes it. I love Behrouz's physique, great structure. Behrouz shape structure is simply better than Nathan. Yeah, he does have a better shape and structure. No argument there. If Behrouz gets a chance to have a couple training sessions in person with Behrouz, would be huge for him. A couple training sessions. If Behrouz gets a chance to have a couple training sessions in person, I think you mean with Milos, because he trains with himself every day. I think you meant Milos. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you corrected it. You meant Milos. Yeah, I don't believe they've ever met. Giles was telling me they've never met. They've been working together for a couple of years now, but remotely. So here's Nathan. Here's your runner-up. Here comes the judge who've never walked our walk. Oh, I guess that was just someone preemptively saying, don't knock this guy because you've never competed. Yeah, Nathan really brought it. This Stefan Kienzel, boss of Outlaw, he's really coming on strong as one of the very, very top coaches in this business. Had Bonac last weekend. He had Wesley Vissers. He's got Urs Kalachinsky. I'm sure there's a whole slew of other big names that aren't popping into my head right now. But Stefan Kienzel, boss of Outlaw, who I do want to get, I am going to get in touch with him and get an interview if he's down for it. Nathan sticker all around, but Behrouz is prettier in more detail. It's not like Nathan letting go of stomach during transitions. Yeah, we'll take a look at the judging again in a second. That was a huge issue for Krizo last weekend. He was letting his belly out between poses, and there was suspicion that he might have overcarbed, and he was just having a really hard time with his stomach in general. I don't know if that's the case. What happened to Christian Wolski did not make top 5, and I did see some comments on a couple of the Instagram pages that they felt that was a miscarriage of justice, that Christian Wolski from Poland definitely deserved to be in top 5, and I'm not going to argue that. What's this? I thought there was going to be more stuff from the show. These are too small to see on this screen. Yeah, we've seen these before. Who should we go to? Sulios? Sulios is another guy with great footage. There's some winning shots of the top 5. All right, yeah, let's check out. That was Mario Photo. Let's look at Sulios. Sulios usually has some good stuff. Okay, he's got some Moro Photo. Someone just saw. Great shot of Behrouz there. I mean, look at the shoulders on this guy. This is one of his, if not, this is probably the shot of his that impresses me the most, is this hands clasp most muscular, because it just showcases so many of his strong points. The splintered striations across the pecs, those nice round full delts with the wide shoulder clavicles, nice thick round dense arms. Quads are pretty good here. I still think they could be just a little bit bigger to balance out that upper body. They're not far behind. I'm really being nitpicky here. But yeah, he beats Nathan in that pose. I don't know why Nathan does this squatty thing with his legs like that. I feel like if he stood up a little straighter, it might look better. Sure, he knows his body and he knows poses, but that's my little suggestion. We saw these. Yeah, 2 very evenly matched warriors today. Very happy for Behrouz. I would have been happy for Nathan too, of course. There was some stage footage. This looks like it's unofficial footage. Somebody's iPhone. Yeah, this isn't from the web stream. It's funny, there was a web stream. I didn't get it, but usually when there's a pay-per-view, they're very strict about making sure nobody is streaming. You know, what do I care? I'm not the promoter, but I've been to shows like the Olympia and the Arnold where they're actively people working for the promoters who are going around specifically looking to see if anyone, they can go from behind and see if that red light's on. That means someone's streaming, and they'll stop them. They'll come over and tell them to cut it out, or usually get one warning and then they're kicked out. But here we got Nathan, Behrouz, Amir, and is that Gel? Is that Anthony Gel? I think it is. I'm not sure who that is, guys. I apologize if I'm not totally familiar with all these athletes. Yeah. Got him at all this far reach from the 1996 German Grand Prix. Well, I mean, that was an epic show, as I predicted. Yeah, I mean, Giles and I, so it's great. Nathan looked really good. Yeah, Giles pushed me. We did a preview earlier the week. Oh, it was last week. We did a preview that came out a few days ago. And, he pushed me at the end to give my prediction. And I was so torn between Nathan and Behrouz, but in the end, I said, I think Behrouz has it based on what I saw last weekend. I just think he's going to be a little bit little bit too much for Nathan. And I was right, but I gave a little compliment to Nathan a couple days ago, and he snapped right back at me. He said, "Oh, you don't think I'm going to win, do you?" Oh, I understand, but it's never personal, guys. I don't know Behrouz at all. I've actually met Nathan a few times, and I've interviewed him a few times. I have no horse in the game. I'm not a buddy of Behrouz or anything like that. So I was just giving my opinion. Dave Thomas might be wrong. Must have been so close. Both these guys are to win, but neither one can make it to the Olympia. That is true. Oh, Socrates. So you didn't hear an echo. Maybe it was that guy's computer. Yeah, the whole conspiracy theory last week. I'm going to go to another bit of judging here. Solio said some good clips. Okay, so this is Chris. That was Christian Wolski. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize him. So that's Christian Wolski. Did not make top 5, but he was in that first call. I bet he was 6th. Yeah, you can see there's his name in the background. I bet he was 6th place. Look at that condition. Christian looked awesome. I became a big fan of this guy at New York Pro a few weeks ago, last month when I saw him in person. I think I've seen him before, but he really impressed me this time. Just beautiful shape. The condition was spectacular. Christian Wolski, very, very impressive. One of the newer competitors. I don't think he's like a rookie. He's been around for a couple years, but he's still a young guy. He's still got a lot of shows ahead of him, and I think we'll be seeing a lot more of him. But yeah, getting back to what you said, you're saying, Dave, was that neither one could get to Olympia, and unfortunately, I think you're right. We know that Behrouz is having a very hard time. He's from Iran, which the U.S. does not like giving out visas to people from Iran. I don't know the politics. I just know that we have no diplomatic relations with Iran. We have not had any since 1979. So it's been 45 years they've been on the outs with us. So the reason Hadi Chupan is able to get here to compete is because he is an employee of Evagen Nutrition, which is an American company. So technically he's an employee of an American company. So he probably gets something like a work visa to come here and compete. It's a sad situation because Behrouz is an athlete. Politics really shouldn't factor into athletes. And, that's why we have the Olympics. The Olympic Games are supposed to be the whole world united by athletics and sports and the spirit of competition without worrying about what religions or what type of government you have, or, are you a democracy, are you communist, are you Muslim, are you Christian, what language you speak? None of that really matters. The Olympics is supposed to be all encompassing. And that's how bodybuilding should be. Like the name of Daniel's page, Bodybuilders Without Borders. There shouldn't be any borders in bodybuilding. Keep on going with Sulios, great guy. There's Behrouz at the judging. Looking great. Behrouz need to get U.S. visa. Yeah, Despicable Me. Easier said than done, right? I mean, I don't know who sponsors him, and I'm not suggesting that he should ditch his sponsor and try to get an American company, but that might be the only way he could get here to the U.S. And this guy should be on the Olympia stage. I don't know how well. I'm not saying he's going to be like top 3 or top 5 or anything like that. He's definitely worthy of a top 10 in the Olympia. He's definitely capable of getting top 10. He's qualified for the Olympia in the past at least once and wasn't able to get a visa to come here. And, like Milo said, it's sad because he would prep for these shows like the Olympia, and all the way up until a day or two before he was going to fly out, he realizes he's not going to be able to get the visa. He can't go. And that's can you imagine, guys? Contest prep is tough enough when you don't have to worry about, am I going to be allowed to that country to compete? And then you add that into it. My goodness, the stress. Milos is a good posing coach, but apparently he's never watched Behrouz compete. Behrouz needs to pay for his flight. Yeah, because we know Behrouz can't come to the U.S., but Milos could go to Iran. I think he was just in Saudi. Was he in Saudi Arabia or Dubai? Milos was just over in the Middle East somewhere. He might still be there for all I know. So, yeah, I mean, Behrouz, he would have to pay for his flight, and that's not cheap. Behrouz, the bigger quads, the top 6 Mr. Olympic competitor. Yeah, I'm 12. I wouldn't write him out at all, write him off at all. I think he's damn good. He's damn good. He's not missing much. A little bit more in the quads, and he's right there. Alberto Montejo. If I was working in the emergency department, I would diagnose BT, Who's Behrouz Tabani with a double allergic reaction on those delts. No stripes, Benadryl. So you're saying there's some inflammation going on in those delts. Well, we'll take a closer look at some photos in a moment. $1,000 for Dubai Pro winner. It's $100,000 for Dubai Pro winner. Still no big name entering. Oh, I think there's a bunch of people entering. Like we know, I know Nexzilla's going and Rubiel. I mean, that's not the biggest name. I would bet you good money that Andrew Jacks does that show, even if he does Texas, which I would imagine he might do that. He's won it 2 years in a row. No, I don't think you have any names listed, but I'm very sure they're going to get good. They will get a good turnout because money talks, and there's not a lot of big prizes, big money shows. So yeah, we'll get big names for Dubai. I have no worries about that. Behrouz was a little more detailed. Yeah, his condition was definitely a little superior to Nathan's, not by much. Here's Nathan. Nathan looked great, man. This was, again, for a guy that's torn both biceps, you can barely tell. And you probably would only be able to tell if you were a big fan of his and you knew exactly what he looked like before. But he's a thick guy, great density, got into excellent condition for this. I love his confidence. He's got that swagger. He's got that very hard to understand. That Liverpool accent is very, very thick accent from the northern part of England, which is a part of the UK, apparently. I should know. My Harris ancestors came from there. But yeah, man, Nathan brought it today. If Behrouz hadn't showed up, Nathan would have won this. The last time they faced off was Romania last fall. It was one of the post-Olympia shows. And Nathan got fourth. I think Giles said that was he thought Nathan should have definitely been higher at that one. Behrouz didn't win that show. That was Samson Dowder that won that, but I believe Behrouz was second. And was he third? There's Nathan backstage. Pump it up. That's Mauro Sassi, Team Stone, great prep coach out of Italy right there. Just walked by. I believe he's one of the Yamamoto athletes. He has a lot of shows in this general area. Italy's got 2 pro shows. Spain has 2 or 3. Portugal, I think, is going to have 2, at least 1. So it's a great opportunity for these European athletes. Someone pointed out something ironic is that we have guys like Nathan, like Behrouz, who would love to come to the U.S. to compete, but they're unable to get visas. And at the same time, Americans typically have a much easier time getting into any other country that we want to, yet we mainly choose to compete in the U.S. Sounds like I'm speaking for all the American athletes. I'm not, but they do primarily stick to the U.S. shows. I guess it's just ease. It's easier to do a show that's in your, within a few. Well, that's a different show, completely different scorecard. It's easier to do a show that you only have to fly a few hours to. It's much more difficult. And I give it up to these European guys who come over here once or twice or 3 times a year to compete because it can't be easy. It cannot be easy. Great shot of Behrouz winning. Great shot. Comparison shots again. Yeah. Yeah, these 2 guys look phenomenal today. Dave Thomas, what was with Nathan having vodka with every meal? Surprised he wasn't legless. Yeah, he was making some posts. Let's go to that. I don't know if did he have it with every meal? I didn't see that. It wouldn't surprise me though. So let's see what we got. Okay, so these are the same shots. These are the Moreau shots he reposted. That was backstage. Some cool lighting there. Yeah, there he's having some vodka with Kuba Cielin. Was this the night before the Milan Flex Pro? Yeah, I mean, the vodka thing goes back to Kevin Levrone, that famous story with Kevin Levrone and Ronnie Coleman, where Ronnie knocked on Kevin's door the night before a Grand Prix show, and I think it was Russia. And Ronnie had been placing like 4th, 5th on every stop of the tour, and I think Kevin was winning most of the shows. Ronnie didn't know what to do. How do I improve? Kevin gave him his secret formula the night before the show, which is really just drying out. It's just, you realize that coffee and alcohol. So caffeine and alcohol are both diuretic agents. So You drink a bunch of coffee, drink a bunch of alcohol, you're going to be pissing your brains out. And if you're not drinking any more fluids, you're going to be, there's a sponsor, ESN, you're going to lose a lot of water. You're going to tighten up and look really sharp. So that was a couple days ago with Stefan Kienzel backstage. It wasn't backstage. I don't know where that was. Yeah. So this was 2 days ago. Yeah. You could tell he was ready. Yeah. And this is the only thing that really hurts him, I think, is that his lats are high. But, look at the angle. Look at how they jut out the way they do. It's more dramatic. If his lats were lower, you wouldn't have that space there. That would be basically a line from here to here, if that makes sense. But you know what? It was close. It was a very close show. Nathan is no slouch. I'd like to see the score sheets. I wonder if Nathan got some first place votes. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Would not be surprised. Check out Behrouz's Insta. What's he got going on his Insta? I saw he was live streaming before. He was live streaming. Somebody with his phone was live streaming from the audience. Because I could see he was on stage and it was Behrouz Tabani. There he was getting his tan on. Confident. Was Milos there? I don't think Milos. No, that's not Milos, obviously. That's someone in the tanning. That was after winning. He's there with his crew. This guy looks familiar. I think he's one of the guys that helped Hadi Choopan get over, I believe, for the Olympia. These are old shots. So there he is, thanking Allah. All right, these are old shots. We'll go back to like, who is the best bodybuilder? Who is the best bodybuilder? That's actually a pretty clever name for a website or Instagram page. Behrouz Tabani is the winner of Italy Pro. Yes. Yeah, I hand it to these guys because, they cover everything. The judging and the finals of like literally every show. It's a lot of work. And like, I'm at the gym or something. I'm like, I'm not going to miss my workout. I'm not going to miss a meal. I got to go walk branch. These guys, like Xavier, my compatriot over in Australia, he gets up, he does coverage at the craziest hours because time zone differences between Australia and the rest of the world are insane. Some of these time differences. So Xavier Willis, he's up in the middle of the night, crazy early in the morning. I wouldn't do it. I'm just, I'm a big baby. I need my sleep. Great comparison shots here on who is the best bodybuilder of Nathan and Behrouz. Yeah, he's got not every mandatory, but he's got most of them here. Yeah. There's some more of the footage. It's Behrouz by himself. I think I'll go back to the Nathan by himself. I think I'll go back to the footage that I had that I stole from Nick, who stole it from the live stream. Let me take this banner away. Comments. Yeah. And we'll go some more comments. Let's see. That was vodka with every meal comment. Built to laugh. For Wolski for third, second unless I was blind. Christian looks great. I didn't study the full comparisons. We can look at those in a second. I think Nathan was better at close battle. Yeah, when guys are that close, depending on what you prefer, what attributes in the physique that you sort of prioritize or put more value on, I could see making an argument for Nathan. Tabani was right as well. Anything is very spicy. Does Nathan have shoulder pain so he can't open up a front double like he used to? I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. That's a valid point, Mark, because like my left shoulder needs to be replaced. There's certain poses I can't even hit. I can't hit a front lat spread. One shoulder's like way ahead of the other one. I can't hit the rear lat spread, the rear double. Half the poses I can't even hit. So if you have nasty shoulder pain, it will affect your posing to the point where you might not even be able to hit all the poses, or they're going to look pretty wonky. Would not surprise me. Behrouz so much better. Needs an American sponsor. Yeah, I don't know if he's tried to find one. Robbed. No, Like Spy season, quite a lot of big post pretty fun. Yeah, I've noticed the European guys do more contests in general. They're not afraid to do show after show after show. Like a lot of the US guys, they'll do one show, maybe two, if it's like the next weekend, then they'll disappear for the rest of the season. These European guys, sometimes you'll see them 4 or 5 times throughout the year, which is, not just all together like weekend after weekend. Sometimes they'll be competing in the early shows like the Arnold and the Arnold UK. And then you'll see them again. Let's go back to that. Yeah. Android says not doing Dubai, even though it lives there. Why would you not do it? Unless he has something like against the promoter or something. Why would you not do a show that's right there where you live, and it's $100,000 to win? I'm sure he's doing okay for money. I'm sure he's not like hurting for money, but why would you not win? I mean, he was 5th place at the Olympia. So the only people that beat him last year were Derek Lunsford, Hadi Chupan, Samson Dauda, and Brandon Curry. I wonder if Brandon will do it. Where was Wolski? I bet he was 6th. Yeah, he should be high up if in shape. He was in shape. So there he is. And I don't know why he didn't make top 5, but yeah, that's overcome. That's IFBB Pro, Classic Physique Pro, Leo Meyerhofer, Austrian. What do you call it? Austrian muscle? Something. Paradise Frank, your hair's looking good. Take finasteride to keep the pre-existing hair and protect the sides of TRT. So the doctor, we had the last day I was in Istanbul, you go for like a final exam. It's like 2 days after the transplant, and you get to sit with the actual doctor who runs the place. I could not tell you what the guy's name was. And you can ask him anything you want with a translator. He didn't speak English. He said finasteride is not a good idea for guys my age. I'm 54. I'll be 55 in a couple months. I'm not even sure why. I don't know if it was like ED problems. I'm not sure, but he said finasteride for someone your age is not good. So what I use is minoxidil foam, which is Rogaine. I use that twice a day. Actually, I only use it on the top. It's only supposed to be for this. This stuff is coming in great. The top, not so much. But you know what? I have more hair than I've had on the crown area for like 5 years. So, and it is growing in. It's getting better. Behrouz is more likely to get a visa, as Nathan does not get it due to a criminal record, from what I've heard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly why. I mean, people have speculated. People have speculated as to why Nathan, and I have heard that he was in jail. It wasn't for anything violent. It was I think it was for inciting a riot via a social media post. That's all it was, from what I recall. I think it was something like that. Maybe Wolski spilled over. So there he is. He was an order of magnitude better proportion, at least 2 guys placed above him. We'll go to his page in a minute. Let's see. Nathan robbed. Yeah. Didn't Arnold compete against Ferguson and Brand South Africa? They should have kept it doing it. Oh, the Olympia used to be in places like Belgium, France, UK, Germany, South Africa in the movie Pumping Iron. It's been in the US the last year. Sweden was 87, 88 LA, 89 Rimini, Italy, 90 Chicago. So it hasn't 92. It hasn't 92 was Helsinki, Finland. That was the last time the Olympia was held outside the U.S. They've just kept it in the U.S. It's just easier for them, I guess. That long torso really hurts Nathan. Dave Thomas says, the other thing we're going for all-time best bar parts, Tony Pearson for the back and overall leg development, Tom Platts. My God, that Wembley stage, the collapsed back in 86. For the back, I would actually give it to Joe Stubbs. I think Joe Stubbs had a much better back. Tony Pearson had a very wide back. It was a pretty damn great back. Don't get me wrong, but Joel Stubbs, super thick, dense back. Lunsford's got a pretty crazy back. We've got some guys out there now with crazy back development. Not a lot, not a ton of them. There's someone, the late George Peterson, the third, had an amazing back. The guy who was, he had been Classic Physique, top Classic Physique Olympian for a few years, and then he switched to 212, and he was on his way. Behrouz for the win. Yes, he got a win. He got the win. There must have been some reason why Christian didn't make top 5, but us viewers need to know why. Well, let me see if I can find, let's see what his Instagram says. Let's see if we can Get any footage of him on his Insta. He might have posted something by now. Christian Wolski. Okay, let's take a look. Does not look like, I'm looking at his Insta. Doesn't look like he's got anything up from the show. Let's see. He's probably, I'm guessing might be upset that, what was he promoting there? Muscle Discord. Eh? Yeah, there's nothing there. And that was a few days ago. I mean, he looks good. He doesn't look like totally shredded and dry to me there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not popping quite the way he was at the last couple shows I've seen him in. Yeah, looks like he's smoothing out just a little bit. Like the back doesn't look quite as detailed as what I remember. I remember him having a little more pop and fullness to the arms and shoulders too. Legs still look great. This was a week ago. Yeah, these were posted a week ago. Yeah. Don't know. I couldn't tell you what happened to him. It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because I mean, just to give you an idea, we'll go back and show you what he looked like in New York. Yeah, I mean, I think he looked a lot better in New York based on what I'm seeing here today. This was a great look for Christian Wolski from Poland. One bad showing, guys. He was probably 6. He's probably just outside the top 5, but one bad showing don't write anybody off based on that. It's just one show. You can bounce right back, go back to the drawing board, as they say, take a little rest the body. I don't know if he's going to wrap it up or keep going because, we got the show next weekend in Portugal. I imagine we're going to see a lot of the same people who competed this weekend in Italy. We'll probably do that show. It's in the same general area. It's like a 2-hour flight away. The great thing about Europe is it's not that big. I mean, it's like all of Europe. You can fly like from one end to the other in the same amount of time it would take you to fly from like Los Angeles to New York or something like that. So it makes sense for these European guys to hit a lot of these shows in Europe. But that was a great look. He looked great in New York. I was very, very impressed with him. Beautiful shape, symmetry, structure. Christian Wolski here from Poland. Well on his way. This is a guy, he'll be winning shows in a year or two. Give him time. He's a young guy. He'll be doing much more. Because Andrew trains in Behrouz and the Dubai Pro is run by the owner of Oxygen Gym. Oh. So it's a gym thing. We were talking about why wouldn't Andrew Jack do the Dubai Pro when he lives there and it's $100,000. And now Stan Branton says it's because Andrew trains at Behrouz Gym and Dubai Pro is run by the owner of Oxygen Gym. That would be Bader Boudai. He's the owner of the Oxygen Gyms in Kuwait. I assume he owns the one in New York and Dubai as well. It's a close show. I like Behrouz. Get rid of this. Go back to the posing of these two. Yeah, with that. So Sam says, this is a close show. I like Behrouz side, chest, thighs, hamstring. Hang was better. I favor his lat spread. Nathan had everything else. Milos, the Widowmaker. What's that supposed to mean? Arnold competed with Ferguson in South Africa. Yes. Yeah, the movie Pumping Iron, Preston, showed the 1975 Olympia, and heavyweight class was Arnold Schwarzenegger first, Serge Nubret from France in second, and Lou Ferrigno in third. So Serge Nubret actually beat Lou Ferrigno at that show. And then actually was short and tall. So that was a tall class. Short class was won by Franco Colombo. I think Frank Zane was third. And they had an overall comparison, overall pose down, whatever, and Arnold won the overall and was crowned Mr. Olympia. All right, looking good. How's the crown looking? Not as good. I'll show you in a minute when this is over. The crown doesn't have the same blood supply, so it doesn't have the same success rate. They told me straight up what to expect. They said the front is like a 90-95% chance you're going to be very happy with it. The crown, it's probably like a 50-50 shot. What's up, Ron? Behrouz look great. Now Milos needs him to do whatever it takes to get that visa. Well, I'm not saying that Milos shouldn't try to help, but it's not really his responsibility. Milos' responsibility is to get Behrouz or any client in the best possible condition, to win the shows. That's his job, is coaching him. Diet, nutrition, supplements, protocols. It's not to be, his manager and get him into the US. And I don't know what he can actually do. Hadi was able to come to USA because he was an American sponsor, right? I didn't understand why Hadi Ramo didn't sponsor Behrouz. He's Iranian like him. I mean, this is business, guys, and it's not sponsoring. He's an employee, so he pays certain guys to represent his company, and they're working for him. Like Hadi Choopan and Derek Lunsford are the top two. They're top two at the Olympia. They're the top two Evogen athletes. So just to say that Hani has money and he should just sponsor him just to get a guy from Iran into that's kind of silly. I understand you want to get him over here, but you're not really thinking in terms of business, and this is a business. It's not a charity. It's not like, oh, he's a nice guy, I don't want to help him out. Alberto Milos always commenting about stripe muscles. His athletes are the most in possession of their quality, so they're lacking the stripe muscles. Well, it's actually Giles that talks about stripy delts all the time. My man Giles Thomas. Joel Subston back was a newcomer to Ronnie Coleman. Not sure why he quit by the commercial air pilot. Yeah, he's been a commercial air pilot. I want to find a picture. I want to find his Insta. I bet there's some back shots of him. Because he had such a crazy back. Yeah, there's Joel Stubbs. Let me find a back shot. No posts. Oh, Joel, you're killing me. He doesn't have any posts on his Insta, guys. Sorry. Oh, boy. Anyway. Yeah, so, again, the top five. I'm going to go through that one last time. First, I'm going to take this comment away so you can get a full screen on this. And here we go. So one last look. This was actually the top six. So we had Justin Muzel from Germany on the left, Anthony Gel from France, brand new pro. After that, we have Nathan DeAsha, Behrouz Tabani, Amir Omaragic, and Christian Wolski from Poland. That was your top six. So very, very sure, even though I haven't seen the score sheet, Christian Wolski probably ended up in sixth place. Yeah, that would be my guess. So, yeah. Oh, we got some footage of him here. I guess I should show a couple more guys. What the heck? Show you Amir and Christian. What the heck? Why not? So we haven't really shown enough love to Amir. Amir Omaragic in third place. He looked pretty damn good, too. This is a guy that's coming on strong. So Amir was second place at the Cali Pro a couple weeks back to Tonio. And he brings the condition. He really does. Nice, wide lat spread, great shoulders. A little bit of gyno he might want to get that taken care of. Look at that condition. Side leg always tells, one of the areas you can always tell if somebody's really in shape. If you can see a lot of clear separation between the quads and the hams. And here, obviously the glutes. If your glutes are in like that, you're shredded. You are shredded beef. So Amir Omaragic looking phenomenal. Congrats to him. Third place. He's racking up a lot of high placings. If they still had the point system in place, some of these guys would be on their way to the Olympia. They'd be racking up the points by getting high placings in multiple shows. But it was done away with for every division except wheelchair. And you have to win a show now to get to the Olympia. Maybe the point system will be reinstated at some point, but for now, it's not. Another look at Christian Wolski. Yeah, I mean, I doubt too many people would have been upset had he placed higher because he was in that first call out, yet he did not make top five. So, yeah, I'm trying to think why. Condition looks bang on. He looks a little bit flatter to me, just a little bit than what I recall from New York. But geez, he's held his condition pretty well because New York Pro was 5 weeks ago at this point, I believe. So that's a long time to stay peaked at, whatever, 2, 3, 4, 5% body fat, whatever it is. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. It's just, we're going by visuals here. Christian looked great. Congrats, Christian. There's another shot of Nathan versus Behrouz. This is Bodybuilders Without Borders, Daniel's website. Oh, is this a score? Oh, why does he keep showing the South Florida Pro? I don't want to see that. No offense, but we're talking about this show. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Amer. Yeah, these guys really all brought the condition today. Gotta hand it to them. Let's go back to that winning shot. Yeah, there we go. That was a good one. Okay. Let's see. Wolski got overlooked, point blank period. It happens. It happens sometimes. It's unfortunate, but yeah, sometimes guys do get overlooked. I'm a big fan of this kid, Christian Wolski. He's got a very bright future ahead of him. You placed a little lower than you should have at one show. Just shake it off and keep going. All you can ever really do in bodybuilding is to just get better and better until they can't deny you. You're so good, they have to give you first place. They have to, or else the people would tear the roof off the building, So, man, I'm going to take off, guys. I appreciate all of you who joined me today. And as always, I'm going to do a show with Dr. Tuliados tomorrow. So, of course, if you like this channel, you like what you see, please subscribe, like, share. Share means you can hit share on YouTube and you can put it on your social media platform so other people can become aware of the channel and the content that I'm putting out. It doesn't cost you anything, guys, but it really helps me out when you subscribe, like, share, and ring that bell. And, of course, you can follow me on Instagram. Same name, Ron Harris Muscle. What else we got? We got one last one. Auf welchem Platz ist Emir? Third place. Three Platz. I don't speak German. Pretty crappy German right there. I tried. So anyway, guys, I got to take that away. All right. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining me today. Appreciate it so much. And if you're subscribed to the channel and you got a notification bell on, you'll know when I have more content coming out. Appreciate your viewership. Hope you had a great weekend. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.